Hi, it's me, Shantae, and you're watching Shake It Up with Shantae. If you've been here before, welcome back, and thank you as always. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome, and thank you so much as well. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my homemade meatloaf from scratch. Yes, homemade meatloaf from scratch. But first, let me just show you guys my little apron that my niece got me for Christmas. Yes, I just want to thank her. I love it. It says Shake It Up with Shantae. Thanks, Ash. I really love you. No merch, no shade, not yet. But listen, so I'm going to show you guys how I make this homemade meatloaf from scratch. So say no more. Let's shake something up. All right, what you're gonna need is, I have a 2.5 pound pack of ground beef. This is just your regular ground beef. It's not ground chuck, there's nothing special about it, but I'm only gonna use half of it. And I'm gonna be using a half of a red bell pepper, half of a green bell pepper, an onion, some Italian breadcrumb, some Worcestershire sauce. Y'all know what that is. Nobody can't pronounce it correctly, but that sauce. Garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, some complete, of course, black pepper, a little salt, some sriracha, and a pack of this ranch seasoning. So, let me get started and chop up my vegetables. Okay, I'm just going to remove the stems. I'm just going to chop this up like so, nothing special. I'm going to saute my vegetables first before I put them in my ground beef mixture. Before I mix it, I'm gonna saute them, my bell peppers and onions, to just get them a little bit soft before I put it in the mixture. I'm gonna show you that in a second. This is the green bell pepper. This is half of it. Just slice it like that, and then go and dice it just like this. If you want to make your vegetables a little bigger, you can, but this is the way Shantae do it. There's my red bell pepper, my green bell pepper. Chop up the onion the same way. Just dicing it up a little bit. Alright, only thing I did was put about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in my skillet, and this is what I'm going to use to just saute my vegetables just a little bit. I want them soft just a little bit before I mix them, and I want them to be able to cool down a little bit. Well, actually cool down before I mix them with the ground beef mixture. So I'm going to let that saute a little bit. That already looks good. Look at it. All the pretty color. Looks gorgeous. Okay? Alright, so I'm getting ready to mix my ground beef mixture. Like I said, this is about 2.5 pounds. I'm only going to use about a half a pound because, like I said, y'all be cooking all this stuff and I don't know who's going to eat it all. So, that's about a half a pound. Let's just say anyway. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, let me wash my hands first because I got ground beef on them. Look at my vegetable sauce. Woo! 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 Let me turn it down a little bit low. A little bit lower. Alright. Alright, those are cooking good. Okay. Alright, this real, y'all. This real. Alright, so I'm going to only put 1 packet of this in here. Just one. Because I'm only doing a pound of ground. So I'm going to put 1. Now, let me be for real. So, let me put about 2 tablespoons of this W sauce. See, 2 tablespoons of that. Let me do this before I start talking because I'm going to forget. Put about a tablespoon garlic powder. Tablespoon onion powder. All of this seasoning I'm using about a tablespoon of smoked paprika. About 2 tablespoons are complete, y'all, because y'all know I like this stuff. Okay. Tablespoon of black pepper. And like I told y'all before, complete is not salty. It's not salty at all. Oh, I forgot something, y'all. I gotta get my eggs. I need 2 eggs too. Alright, then I have a 1/2 cup of my Italian style breadcrumbs. And I'm gonna put 2 eggs. And I'm going to put a little bit of salt, not too much salt, but you can put a little bit because my other seasonings don't have any salt in them. So you put a little salt, it's going to wake up the flavor of the rest of the food. And then I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of sriracha in here. If you don't want it kind of spicy, not even just a little bit, don't use sriracha. Find you something else to use. All right. I'm going to mix this in a second, but I want my vegetables to cook just a little bit. They're getting to the point where I'm going to like them. They're withering down a little bit, and I think I might just let them cook another minute because I don't want them soft and melted all the way. Just a little bit with a little crunch because it is going to bake in the oven for about 45 minutes. So I just want them to just pan sear a little bit. Just wither down just a little bit. Give them about 30 more seconds. And then I'm going to let them cool down. Alright, then I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of ketchup. And my secret ingredient. 1/2 cup of half and half. Okay? That's my secret ingredient. Alright. So I'm going to mix this. I still have not put my vegetables in here yet because they're cooling down. They're done. They're completely done. See? It's just a little bit because like I said, I'm only making a little bit. They're cooling down. But I'm going to mix this. Let me do this the right way, honey. Let me put this down. Put my hand into this like it's supposed to be. You want to mix this up very, very good, you guys. Now, meatloaf can be made all sorts of ways. If my husband didn't eat pork or didn't eat as much pork, I try not to cook it because he have high blood pressure, so I try not to put it in everything. But if I could, I would. I would put a pack of ground Italian sausage in here, but I try to limit my pork intake because of him and his health. So I'm just gonna do this with some ground beef. I could have used ground turkey, but I'm not that health conscious, so if you want to use ground turkey, you can, but I'm just using regular ground beef. We all know once this cooks, this is going to shrink because this is just some regular ground beef. And if you cook and you make burgers and such with regular ground beef, you know it shrinks. This is not ground chuck, it's just regular ground beef. Meatloaf can be made in so many different ways. Like I said, you can also, if you want to put cheese in here, you know, you can put whatever seasonings you want, but make sure you have a binder like breadcrumbs, soda crackers, eggs, bread. That would be your binder to hold your meatloaf together. So you can basically put whatever you want in your meatloaf. Whatever you like, that's what you put in it. That's how I cook at home. I go by what we like to taste. I don't have a particular menu that I go by. I go by what we like and what we like to eat. So there's no right or no wrong way to do it. It's what you like. But right now I'm just showing you guys how I make my meatloaf. Okay, now that has mixed all well together, I'm going to go ahead and put my vegetables in here. I let them cool down a bit. I'm going to go ahead and mix that right in here. Isn't that pretty? Look, y'all. That is so pretty already. You don't want your meatloaf too wet either. You want to make sure that it's sticky just like this, because this is what's going to hold your meatloaf together when you get ready to slice it. I have my oven already preheating on 350 and it should be already ready. I'm going to be putting this in a loaf pan. Hopefully it all fits, which I think it is. Okay. Alright, so I have my lightly sprayed loaf pan. And I'm just going to take this. Ooh, it fit. I actually could have put a little bit more, but that's okay because we're not going to eat it all. So just pat it down in there firmly like that. Make sure you get your corners. If you want it to come out really straight and even, slide that over a little bit. And I just lightly greased this pan. I lightly sprayed it with a little butter spray. Okay. And I'm not going to put anything on. I'm not going to put ketchup or anything on it yet on top. I know people do that. I wait till mine get typically done and I stick it back in the oven for 5 minutes after I've topped it off and let it cook. So this may take about 35, maybe 40 minutes to cook, give or take. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. All right, there we go. We'll be back. All right, y'all, my meatloaf is done. It has cooked to probably about 35, 40 minutes rough. And you guys see that it did shrink a bit because, like I said, it's regular ground beef. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit, make a sauce for the topping, and show you guys when I cut it up. All right, you guys, so it is done. I have put it on a little cutting board. I made my secret sauce to go on top. Nope, it's not ketchup. It has a little bit of ketchup in it, but this is my secret sauce, honey. And I'm going to put this right on top, just like so. And I'm not going to stick it back in the oven. Leave it just like that. All right. Let it run down the sides, honey. Okay. Let me just cut this for you. See, look, get really closely, honey. Let me cut this for you guys. That sounds good. Look at that meatloaf. Look at that. Show them that juicy meatloaf. Look at that meatloaf. Let me grab a plate. All right, you guys, this is my final product of my meatloaf, and I made some mashed potatoes. Okay, with my little sauce, I'm gonna give this a taste for you all. Can't wait to dig into this. A little bit of mashed potatoes. Oh my God. Y'all gotta try this meatloaf. When I tell y'all, this is the best meatloaf that I've ever had. This sauce, one day I'm gonna put y'all on to it. One day. Best meatloaf I have ever had. Mashed potatoes. One day I'm gonna put y'all on to it. Y'all have got to try this meatloaf recipe. Please try it. If you don't like meatloaf, try this. You're gonna love it. Best meatloaf ever. Very good. I'm gonna eat all this. Every bit of it. So y'all know what time it is. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. If you've liked what you've seen, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you watched this video overall, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I most definitely will read your comments. I try to read all of my comments. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so every time I upload one of these fantastic, easy peasy, semi-homemade recipes, you'll be notified. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, for tuning in to Shake It Up with Shantae tonight. And until that next video, I will see you later. Bye. Oh my God.